let's talk about TFN. Hello, one and all, and welcome to a unexpected video. This is very, very strange, I may say so. Don't really do videos these days, do I? How many years has it been? It's been 3 or 4 until I last made a video on this channel. That's god awful, and I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really out of practice. Look at this shit lighting. Look at it. It's terrible. I barely have room to make videos nowadays. But hello. Yeah, it's been a while. How are you all doing? Enough of me blabbling. We're here to talk about one thing. A small little Transformers convention you may have heard of in Birmingham last weekend. I don't think you'd have heard of it. It's not well known. It's just called TFNation 2019. Yeah, TFN was this weekend just gone, and it was amazing, to say the least. I don't think there's any words that I can describe it outside of just a fantastic weekend. It was wonderful. It really was. Seeing everyone again after so long, just chilling out in the bar, drinking with bots, watching people enjoy their good pieces of plastic. It was glorious. Glorious, if I do say so myself. And if you weren't there, I really hope you will be next year, because you really need to come. Really need to. I mean, obviously, if you live in another country, it might be difficult, but, you know, it is kind of the biggest Transformers convention in Europe now, so, you know, it doesn't give you an excuse now. But yeah, I've been out of the Transformers community for, a few years. I haven't done any of this in a long time, and I guess it shows by this video, but that's due to stuff in life. Life happens, doesn't it, everyone? Life is just bang, 1 minute it's fine, next minute, wham, everything happens at once, and you're like, I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm kind of lost by all this and kind of out of it. But as much as life goes hectic sometimes and a lot of changes happen, it all eventually calms down. And I'm lucky to say that that's the case I'm in now. And it's why I was able to go this year, because I dreaded missing last year and it sucked so bad that I wasn't there. First time in 7 years that I missed it. 6 or 7? One of those. I've been going to Transformers conventions in the UK for a very long time. First All Assembly, now TFN. And not being there, seeing everyone was just, oh! But hopefully I made up for it this year. Yeah, I didn't do a video beforehand to say I was going. I just made a few posts here and there, and that was it. But it was just wonderful to see all of you if you were there. And if you said hello, and if I said hello to you, then it was just amazing to see you all. I can't express how much it means. And this year I wasn't alone as well. For the first year I was there with a very special someone, that being my girlfriend, Lucy. Yeah, that's a new change in my life, but a very, very good one, to say the least. It was her first TFN. God, I remember being a first timer to a Transformers convention. Aren't they good? Your first time is always your special one, I think. It's always the time you look back with fondness to the crazy shit that happened, and just how kind of mind-blown you are by the kindness and generosity of people in the community who go to the event. And I hope that's how she felt this year, and I cannot stress enough and thank enough everyone that said hello to her and made her feel so welcome this year. You know who you are, I don't need to say names, but I just can't thank you enough. My appreciation knows no bounds. I'm very humbled by the fact that she was made to feel welcome. So yes, let's talk about it, shall we? Let's talk about the crazy shit that happened this weekend, because my god, there was a lot of awesomeness to be had this year. I probably say this and have said this about previous conventions, but this year was just the best, wasn't it? It was just bots animated, which, let's face it, that was probably the highlight. And just chilling out and socialising with awesome people, that's really what it's about. So yeah, let's get into that a bit more. I was there from the Friday, got there midday-ish Unfortunately this year I wasn't staying in the Hilton, which kind of sucks, to be honest, because you really want to be in the heart of the action. You really want to just say, I'm going to head out to my room for a few hours or for a bit, and then come down and just be straight in the bar. Luckily I wasn't too far in the resort world, so it wasn't too much of a trip. But yeah, got there, got our passes, went into the bar, started chatting with everyone, and it was just like old times. Nothing had changed. Everyone was still there and still as friendly as I remember. And for that I cannot thank everyone, because you really made me feel welcome. I had a lot of worries and fears going into this year, I happily admit that. There was a lot of stuff I was worried about, but you all made me feel so welcome again, and for that I'm eternally grateful. So one of the big things that happened on the Friday was meeting my northern brother, the man who I can only describe as a god of northernness, if that is even a thing. Jim, the Monkey Zen, as he used to be known on YouTube, which is weird to say because it's been so long. God, this is all so strange now, doing all of this and recording a video, but hey, here I am, hello. Yes, I saw my good friend Jim, and we chilled out and hang out and caught up, as well as tons of other things. I went out for a nice meal, and it's so good to just catch up with old friends that you haven't seen in a while, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you're watching this video, I really hope you had an amazing weekend, because yeah, you certainly made it quite amazing. Quite amazing, I do say so. But yeah, most of the Friday was spent in the bar, because that's where it is. The bar is the place, it's the hangout. Although this year, oh, was it busy. Oh, wow, TFN's popularity has spiked up since I was last there. There is so many more people this year, and it's amazing to see and wonderful to see how popular it is these days, because the more Transformers fans and the more people that go to TFN, the better. The larger the community is and the more it grows, is always better. The more people that come in to the Transformers community bring all kinds of awesome stuff with them, and so it's lovely to see everyone. But it was an early night for me on the Friday. I'm not used to all this. I'm out of the loop. I'm getting old. I'm an early nighter these days, because Friday is kind of the it's like the starter. If TFN is a meal, a 3-course meal, then the Friday night is the sweet or potentially sour starter that you have, where you're meeting everyone and saying hello to everyone. But it's the Saturday that's the real meat of it. It's the real chunk. It's when the dealer room opens. It's when so many cool panels happen, and it's when the Saturday evening kicks off. And what an amazing Saturday evening it was. But yeah, dealer room opens, and my god, it's busy, and wow, it's just a full room nowadays, full of plastic. No half room, half panel room. The team at TFN have excelled themselves this year, and before I go any further, I have to say a big thank you to every single volunteer, every single member of the committee of the team behind TFN, because you guys put so much hard work and effort into every single convention and everything you do, and it shows. It really does. Without your guys, none of us nerdy fans would be there, and it wouldn't happen. You are the people that make it happen, and you put so much work and dedication in, and it really shows. And I am just so grateful for everything you guys did, and for all the countless hours and work and manpower that went into making TFN as great as it was, because it really was one of the best years so far. So thank you so much to every single person, be there in a yellow top, a blue top, or a black top. You all put so much hard work and dedication in, and I'm just humbled by how much you do for all of the fans every year. It really shows, and I only hope that there's some way that all of us humbled attendees can show our appreciation. And you know, you really should. If you was at TFN this year and you haven't said thank you in some form or another to any member of the team, then please do, because I highly encourage it, because they put so much hard work and effort in, and you know, they deserve to be thanked. So thank you. So the dealer room was just crazy this year, wasn't it? There was stools here, bots here, Gundam here. because apparently Gundam's now a thing at TFN, which is always good for me because, well, I like Gundam. There's a Gundam here in this glass cabinet, which you probably can't see, but I like Gundam, so that was cool. Wasn't the highlight though. That was easily the main dealer room and the forge, which is all now integrated into one, which I really liked. Very, very good choice there. Unfortunately, this year I wasn't really buying many bots, as you'll see. In fact, yeah, no, I only brought one thing for myself this year. Kind of two, but one bot, which I'll get onto later. But yes, there was some glorious pieces of plastic in that room. There really was. And most of Saturday was spent going between the room and the bar, which it normally is, and having a lovely time. And then, of course, I cannot go and mention the whole weekend without mentioning two amazing people, that being Anton and Ben. You guys, you're awesome. You're absolutely wonderful, and I love you guys so much. You made this weekend amazing. I'll give you a little bit of backstory, I guess. 2 years ago, or was it even 3? I don't know how long this has been going on for now. It started with a hot rod, and while it ended with what I can only describe as the weirdest shit this year, but you'll see. Many years ago now, I happened to buy Anton a little tiny hot rod, the Legends Class 1 from whatever line it was, I can't remember, with a little yellow axe, which he loved, and he will gladly tell you to this day that how much he loves it. Just go and ask him. But it started off a trend where every year me, him and Ben would have a contest. The grandest contest in the world! I mean, I was hoping for a bit more fanfare, but you get what you're given, to be honest, don't you? Yes! The Shitbot Sunday competition. Oh god, where do I begin with this? Well, we are idiots. We are all idiots because we have now made it the norm to go and buy the shittest piece of plastic the dealer room has to offer and give it to each other as a sign of friendship and love. And yeah, if you think I'm insane, then I probably am, because there is some absolute terrible pieces of plastic out there that transform, and unfortunately we're the ones that buy that. So if you were at TFN, you saw an atrocious piece of bot, then chances are we probably brought it for each other. But yeah, this year was no exception to the rule, especially as I wasn't there last year. I had to make up for a truly terrible year of plastic, which gets me on to my first part of my haul, although it's really not that great. That first part of the haul was this guy. This is, and his sticker is already coming off. That's how shite it is. This is Mixer. He is a fire starter from G1, I believe. Well, I can honestly say that this is quite an atrocious piece of plastic. It's actually really fun. Yeah, it's a really fun bot. It's a little bit loose. His arm's a little bit loose. But it's actually really fun for the main reason that it still sparks. The flint inside it still works. And that just makes me happy beyond belief, because I don't think I'll ever get tired or old of seeing sparks come out of a plastic toy, just because of the fact that each of us secretly deep inside are kind of small pyromaniacs. And this toy just brings that to life in the best way possible, really. Now, obviously, because I was there with Lucy, my girlfriend, as I said before, she was involved in this year's shitbot competition, and her figure from Anton was, I think it takes the nail as at least for us, our personal worst bot of the year, and it's this. It's well, I have no idea what it is, to be honest. I'll let you decide that. Is it either a torpedo or a submarine? Because I can't really tell. It's that atrocious and bad, and something that we noticed as well is it seems to be used quite well. Somebody probably used this as a bath toy at one point, which just makes it even worse, to be honest. And oh, or wait until you see its robot mode. It's quite something. So if you thought the torpedo mode of it was bad, then yeah, the robot mode is nothing to be desired. It's a piece of crap. It really is. It's... I don't even know where to begin with this. To be honest, I'm not qualified enough to tell you how terrible this bot is. It's atrocious. Its arm is just non-existent, really. Its head, he doesn't really have a face. I don't even know what that is. I can't describe it as eyes. And his legs are not even legs, they're just pieces of plastic with a small gap between them. It is truly the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And yet there is something so charming about it because of how bad it is. It really is shocking, and I cannot thank you enough, Anton, for this. It's wonderful. It really is. But yes, our shitbot contest was quite a success this year. I know that maybe Ben and Anton might not make a video this year, or don't make videos anymore. I don't know, a lot's changed on YouTube since I was doing this. But needless to say, the highlight for my weekend, or at least one of the highlights, was trying to watch Anton transform an armada sideways and constantly being hassled by its automorph gimmick to the point where it just breaks apart in front of him and he's had enough. And there's just the three of us watching him and laughing our heads off, because why wouldn't you? Armada sideways is a pile of dog shit, if you ask me. And yeah, there's no redeemable features about that toy. And if you ever see Ben, just ask him about Egatron, and you'll know what he'll mean. So after our high of the shitbot contest, we all went out for a meal, which was lovely. Went to Nando's. It was awesome. And then we just chilled out in the bar for a bit, as you do before the evening entertainment, which is easily, as I was saying, the analogy from earlier, the three-course meal. Then the evening entertainment is the chicken. Say if it's a roast dinner, it's the chicken on the meal. I have no idea what this analogy is. I have no idea what I'm going on about, but I hope it makes sense to some of you. It is the chicken on the meal, or the other kind of main bit if you don't like chicken. I don't know. Basically, everyone goes into the main hall and there's always a cosplay competition and a script reading or something else. This year there was a cosplay competition, which was amazing to see and easily one of the best so far. The talent and the sheer genius and imagination that goes into each of the cosplays is wonderful to see, and it's always a delight, and it really, really makes me wish that I was good at building stuff or just making stuff in general, because it looks so much fun. And yeah, I've cosplayed once, not at a Transformers convention. The less said about that, the better, I think. But it does make me wish that I could cosplay, because of how just brilliant people's creativity and imagination is. And every single one of the contestants deserves to win, in my opinion. But of course, there can only be one winner, and this year's winner was undoubtedly one of the most kindest and just good people ever, because he was doing Thunder Clash from All Meets the Eye, and he gave his prize away to one of the special runners-up, or one of the special mentions, which was animated Black Arachne, who was portrayed by, I don't know how young she must have been, but she was there with her parents, and her costume was amazing, but he decided to give the reward to her, which was easily one of the most heart-melting moments of this weekend, because it truly shows how kind this community is and how wonderful everyone is. To do something like that is truly... It's what everyone should aspire to be like, I think. It really is, and it shows the kindness and care that everyone has. But once the high of the cosplay competition was over, then came something that I can only describe as I geeked out very, very hard very hard at this next bit. Because normally there's a script reading. Every year previous there has been a script reading and it's been awesome. And it shows the talent of the voice actors and it's always fun to listen to. This year, however, something a bit different. Marty Eisenberg, if any of you know who he is, or don't, he is one of the creative forces behind Transformers Animated, my personal all-time favourite Transformers series of all time. He was there at TFN this year, and he brought with him some potential scripts that he's been working on for season 4 of Transformers Animated, which, if any of you know about Animated, is pretty amazing, to be honest. And, oh my god. Yes, so Transformers Animated Season 4, the first 3 episodes was read at TFN, and it was glorious. It was... Oh, I'm probably going to make a whole separate video about it, because there's so much to gush about and talk about. But my god, was it amazing. And not for the fact that it was just... We got to see Season 4, and we got to see how it would have opened, and what happened. But the biggest surprise of the weekend and the biggest reveal was that Marty got in contact with all of the original cast of Animated and got them to reprise their roles for this reading, which was just, oh my god, it blew my mind. The moment I heard Corey Burton pop up in a message saying hello and saying that he was going to reprise his role as Ratchet was just, it blew my mind, and anyone sitting around me could see that I had a massive grin on my face and was thoroughly eclipsed in everything, because wow. So, just a little heads up, this is totally not a couple of days later and I've totally had a cold because of the flu, but shh, don't say anything, okay? So yes, Transformers Animated Season 4 reading was amazing, and oh my goodness, I can't believe everything that happened. I'll probably make another video talking all about it, but there is so much I could say here. And a huge credit goes to all of the TFN crew and also all of the voice actors who came in to redo their parts for the show, because it was amazing and they all did it for free. Absolutely amazing. And the only consolation was that they put a few bits of money towards charity, which everyone in the audience did, myself included. And I really hope that whoever watched it goes and gives their huge thanks to all of the people behind it, because it was just amazing and we got to see Season 4 after all this time, and oh wow, I generally can't have words. It's amazing. I really wish all of you could have seen it if you weren't there, but more on that maybe in a future video. So one of the things that happened in the animated panel, which was kind of sad, to be honest, it really was related to one of my purchases, my only bot purchase of the weekend, which was this guy, Beachcomber, from whatever the line is these days. You can tell I haven't really caught up with Transformers. I think it's Power of the Prime, I'm not sure. All I know, he's awesome. He's this really little, neat but compact little bot full of posability and playfulness, and he's just awesome. He really is, but damn, poor Beachcomber, man. Poor Beachcomber. I feel so sorry for him. Because, you know, totally, dude, it's just, why are you trying to drain me of energy, dude? I just want to be friends. I'm totally floating away in space. Bye-bye, Beachcomber, bye-bye. Floating away. But yeah, it was sad what happened to Beachcomber. But, rest in peace. Rest in peace. So, after the high of the reading, which went on for, oh my word, a couple of hours, it must have been, then the Improvicons came on stage, and for the past couple of years, Peter Spellos has been working with a few dedicated individuals within the Transformers community and just in general, and they have been doing workshops. One of my friends, Steve, who, hello, I hope you're watching, he's been working with Peter Spellos, and they formed this group called the Improvicons, in which they do improv acting and little skits and sketches, and they went up on stage and did a phenomenal job. I cannot praise them enough. They were amazing. The amount of courage that it takes to go off stage and do that. I couldn't do anything like that. Good God. I can't imagine how all of them must be feel, but they did such a wonderful job, and it was so much fun. And easily the highlight outside of animated that evening, because they would just put their heart and soul into it, and you could tell that they were loving every moment of it. It was so much fun, so much. But as all good things do, they must come to an end. And with that, the Saturday night closed off. At least in terms of the planned entertainment, because then you all went into the bar and got pissed! But yeah, like, how can you not agree with that? Everyone just, like, migrated into the bar as usual, and then drinks are flowing, bots are plenty, craziness of time, and I just sat enjoying the Saturday evening to way too late. Way too late. Actually, good to be honest, considering previous years, I kind of may have stayed up a bit too late, but this year it was reasonable. So yeah, it was a hilarious time just sitting talking about bots and enjoying the atmosphere of the bar, because it was super alive because of so many people that were at TFN. It's so good to see. It really is. And every year it's just going to increase and increase and keep building, and I cannot wait to see what happens. And with that, Saturday came to an end for Sunday to come. Yes, the analogy I used earlier. If Saturday was the meat of the convention, and Sunday was that sweet dessert on top, that sweet bit of thing at the end that you get, like, it could be an ice cream, it could be some sort of dessert, but Sunday is always the lovely way to finish. And unfortunately it was my last day at the convention, because I didn't get to stay until Monday this time, because of how late it was, because I booked all this very late in advance, not knowing I was going to be there, but hello! Here I am making videos again. That's very strange, very strange. But yeah, Sunday was another fantastic day, going around the bar, talking to people in the dealer room, getting up all of those awesome bots, and the one thing that Sunday became known for, and the most amazing thing to come out of it, was actually related to Transformers Animated again. I know I'm talking about that show a lot, aren't I? And none of you probably care. You're probably all up in your cyberverse at the moment, not caring about animated, but you know, some of us like it. But one of the things that they did as part of the reading on the Saturday night was commission pieces of artwork from some astonishingly, amazingly talented artists and members of this community who have to have a massive shout out to. And I shall leave all of their names along the bottom, because at the moment I can only remember a few and I do not want to miss anyone out. So they will all be down here in the video. But my God, each one of them produced some beautiful, absolutely stunning pieces of artwork. And they were shown as the reading was carrying on during the Saturday night. And on the Sunday, we got 4 of them in prints, which is amazing, and it's new animated art, and these are things of beauty. They really are. They're absolutely stunning. So let me quickly show you one of them. So talking of which, here's one of them. This is Prime and Sentinel and Bumblebee up against some Auto Troopers in McAdams having a bar fight, because yeah, that was one of the things that happened. Crazy, but awesome. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. This piece was done by Gavin Space. He is a very, very talented artist. In fact, all of the artists that made these prints are brilliant at capturing the animated art style, and just, they're sublime. They really are. And credit to all of the artists involved in this project, because it was amazing, and each of them needs to get shouted out. And just go and thank them. If you picked up an art piece, go and thank them. Even if it's just a small thank you, it probably means the world to them, and they really need their artwork shown and given more press, I truly believe, because this is phenomenal. This is utterly phenomenal, and I love every single one of these prints. Plus, I don't know if you noticed, but that signature is Marty Eisenberg, because guess what? Marty Eisenberg was at TFN this year, which was crazy. I know! I can't really begin to describe how much that means. He is one of the co-creators, he's one of the founders behind Animated. It was his ideas that got the story initially thing. Story Production Bible, which you can find online, is by Marty Eisenberg. He is the guy that created animated, and essentially, or at least one of the people that created it. And oh wow! There was a panel on the Sunday, a Transformers Q&A about Transformers Animated, and there was a lot of interesting stuff that came out of that. There was a lot of interesting questions where Marty just sat down and talked, and the fans asked him some questions. Me and Lucy was lucky enough to go in for that. We caught most of it, missed the beginning bit, but caught the juicy bits, the very juicy bits pertaining to season 4. But it was just a delight and a treat to listen to him talk about something that he's clearly passionate about and loves, and that everyone else in the room is, to be honest, because let's all face it, we love animated. I certainly adore animated, and I know there's a lot of the community that do, and it's amazing to see. Obviously, there's some people that, you know, it's not their thing, but that's cool. That's cool. Everyone's entitled to their awesome opinion, so, you know, that's cool. But yeah, we listened to him talk about Transformers Animated, and in fact, at the very end of the day, at the closing ceremony, which was a really, really lovely way to end the weekend, and also really sad because the weekend was over, and I had to go after that, and start the long slog back home, which really kind of sucked. But just before the closing ceremony, Marty Eisenberg was in the same room, and in fact it was props to Lucy here for going up and asking him, but she went and asked if he could sign these prints for us, and I got to talk to him, I got to say hello and chat to him, and one of the big things that I got to ask was about the series continuing, because in the panel, which I just mentioned, Marty talked about the possibility of the show continuing, but not as animation because, let's face it, that train's passed. I don't think we're ever going to get actually animated, so to speak. However, comics, and this is where it gets super interesting, and where stuff has already started happening in the Transformers community, because, you know, I'm recording this several days after I initially recorded this, so you know. But Marty said in no plainer terms that if fans of the show, if the community rallied a petition for IDW to make a comic book series of season 4, then he would be behind it wholeheartedly in making it and getting it to work. And that's phenomenal, because I've always thought that Transformers Animated should continue in comic book form, but there's never really been enough hype around it, I guess, to try and make that reality. But now there is, because as soon as TFN ended this year, a petition was started online to get season 4 of Animated made into a comic book series, and it's got quite a lot of signatures so far. It's not got a massive amount, but it's got enough, I think, to warrant it and to warrant your attention. So please, I beg you wholeheartedly, if you like Animated, if you care about the show, even if you're not that interested, but it'd be something cool to read, then click on the link in the video description and go and sign the petition, because you need as many people to sign it as possible to make this a reality. Because it would be so awesome if we could do this. So yes, I was blessed to have an encounter with Marty Eisenberg, which he is just a phenomenal person, one of the kindest and most generous people I've ever met. He was willing to give up his time at the end of the day to sign a couple of prints for me, and I cannot thank him enough for that. He is truly outstanding for that, and it was his first convention as well, I believe, so showing that kindness and generosity was phenomenal. But most of Sunday was spent in the bar, to be honest, just chilling out and letting the day go as it does, and spending an amazing time with some beautiful people. There's pictures up, I'm sure, online, and I'm not even going to start naming anyone because I'll just be here all day, but whoever I talked to, if I said hello to you, even if it was just short, you're wonderful, and I love you all so much. You are amazing, every one of you, and I just cannot wait until next year. I really, really am sad now that I have to wait an entire year for the next TFN. It's crazy. It is. But hopefully the meets will break that up a bit, but yeah, I'm really sad that TFN is over right now. It was an amazing weekend, and that, I know I've probably said this before in this video, but please, please, please show all of your support and appreciation to all of the volunteers, all of the members of staff, all of the team behind getting this convention made and making it run so smoothly. They did so much hard work over the weekend, and they deserve so much praise for that. They really do. Every year they come in, they make this convention for all of us nerds, and they make it phenomenal. So please, go and show your appreciation and thanks to them, because they deserve it wholeheartedly. But unfortunately, TFN has to end, and the Sunday drew to a close with one final purchase, which I shall show you now. Not mine, actually. This is of Lucy's. This is her second bot, believe it or not. Yeah, I'm slowly getting her into Transformers, slowly. But the bot itself is none other than RC! RC! Yes! RC. This is a beautiful figure. It really is. It's phenomenal. This is the Generation? It's been a long time. Generations RC, the one that came out ages ago. But this is a phenomenal piece of plastic. It's beautiful, and it is the Takara version. It's not the original Hasbro, which is why the paint scheme is 10 times nicer, but it's a really sturdy bot, and it's just beautifully made. All of its joints are really smooth, but also ratchety, and it poses amazingly. It's got some phenomenal light piping. I don't know if it's showing on camera, but it's really damn good. Ooh, yeah, ooh. But it's really cool, and I'm so glad that Lucy was able to get a bot from this weekend, because I think everyone should come away from TFN with a bot, or at least something that you treasure. Yeah, I like to think that bots mean more than just pieces of plastic, and that each of them holds special memories in the mind of a Transformers fan. Certainly most of the stuff that I have really does and resonates with me, but hopefully this will be a nice reminder of a first ever TFN. Now, quickly, before I forget, as part of Shitbot Saturday, which I should now affectionately call it, the shitbot that I got from Ben, actually myself and Lucy got, were a couple of bots. Bots. Oh, god damn it, Ben. I hate you, but I love you so much. Bots. Yay, bots. Oh, this is a piano. It's a reject character from Beauty and the Beast. He transforms into a piece of shit. Yeah, it's a piano. I don't know his name. I don't even probably want to find out what it is. Yeah, it's not great. I'm not a fan of bots. And then this, which is totally not a Roomba, and is some kind of MP3 player, is I shudder saying this name, but you've had like epic names in Transformers like Shockwave or Soundwave. Now you have Songwave. Songwave? Really? Songwave? It just seems like it's just a big low after that, really, isn't it? They're fun, don't get me wrong. They're fun to like play about with, but goddamn, bots. I'm really not a fan of bots. They're just not my cup of tea, I guess. But still, I cannot tell you how much these bots mean, Ben. They are amazing, and we both love them and hate them at the same time. They are the pinnacle of a shit bot, and thank you so much. It means the world, it really does. And that's it! That's TFN 2019! It was a crazy, it was an amazing, it was an emotional, it was just all round and a brilliant year. One of the best, if not the best TFN so far. I wholeheartedly believe that I don't know how they're going to top it next year. I really don't. And I don't know how next year is going to be good, but I'm sure it'll be amazing. But this year was just so good. Coming back after a year away from all of this. Making videos, the Transformers community, everything. It was It was lovely. It was like coming home and seeing an old friend again who you haven't seen for several years. It was that kind of feeling that you get, and that was what I loved about it. And seeing every one of you was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So thank you, every single one of you who attended TFN this year. You made this weekend amazing, absolutely amazing, and I cannot thank you enough for all of that. But yeah, so, YouTube! This is a thing now, I'm doing a YouTube video. I guess this is gonna continue, eh? I don't know. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Doing video after 2 years? It's slightly strange, especially with how I've been ill for like the past week and had to record the second half of this video because the damn camera stopped half filming. So yeah, the lighting's appalling and I'm in a weird part of the room. But hey, it's a video. What can you ask, I guess? We'll see. I fully intend to make more videos over this next year and become much more integrated again into all of this. So, until then, until whatever video comes this way, probably going to be something animated, let's face it. Until then, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!